The name of the story I am going to tell you today is The Altruistic Grandfather. That means selfish. Absent grandfather. This is the beautiful story. An old grandfather lived in a beautiful village. Grandfather lived alone. The children of this grandfather got married and moved to other villages lived. That's because grandfather lived alone in a house. This grandfather always planted plants. It was grandfather's hobby. He had done it as a job since he was young. Farming is the same, so this grandfather always plants plants wherever there is space in the garden. So the garden of this grandfather's house is full of different kinds of trees like mango, jackfruit, orange, and rambutan. It was full. That's why this garden looks so beautiful. This grandfather is now a lot is old. Because of that, some people in this grandfather's village asked this grandfather, "Why even at this age? You are not at a loss. Why are you working so hard to plant plants?" They were taken when they died. People thought that grandfather was planting plants to earn money because of greed. That's why people always told 100 stories. But this grandfather did not count them. He was cultivating at his own loss. One day this grandfather had a son who was in a distant village. He came to this grandfather's house with his children to see his father. So after a while, this grandfather was very happy when he saw the children. For a few days, these children are at home with their grandfather. Meanwhile, one day this grandfather's grandson came to the place where this grandfather was planting a mango tree. "Come," he asked his grandfather, "why is he planting this plant?" After the grandfather planted those plants with difficulty, the plants will grow big and the fruits will grow on those trees. Grandfather will take a long time. Then the grandfather will not get to eat those fruits. So the grandfather will not get anything from planting these plants. This child asked his grandfather why he is working hard. Then this grandfather smiled and said, "I am not planting this to eat or sell, son. For you." At that time, this child did not understand that story. They stayed happily with their grandfather for a while and went back to their village. This went on for a while. After such a period of time, this grandfather died suddenly. So after that, the family members and the people of the village got together and performed the last rites of the grandfather. When this time passed, the people of the surrounding villages had to face a big problem. There was a severe drought in that region, but the people of the village where this grandfather lived did not lack food. Due to the drought, everyone's crops were destroyed and the fields were deserted. But the people of this village did not have to die of hunger. Do you know why? That's because the plants planted by the grandfather had grown into big trees and had produced many fruits. So the people of that village had no problem with drought because of those fruits. At that time, that grandfather's grandson came to that village. He saw this and said to the people of the village, "Don't you scold my grandfather in those days for planting plants out of greed. Grandfather planted plants not for greed but for the future." Hearing that, those people were very sad about the story they told. We can learn many examples from this story. That is, we should always think about others in the future instead of just thinking about ourselves. Then even if we die, the world will respect and love us. Also, this story teaches us that one should think a lot before saying something. So, my friends, let's think about the future for everyone. The world can do a lot with what they don't have. We will meet tomorrow with another beautiful story. Have a good night, my little friends.